we go. That should terrify the enemy. British Army had cyclists in the Middle East and on the Western Front. They served as mounted infantry. They didn't fight on the bicycles, but they did carry rifles on the bicycles. They served as military police, traffic police. The British found that the bicycles could travel farther on fewer supplies than cavalry. And in the Middle East, in Mesopotamia, they actually did skirmish with and capture some Turks as they worked up the Tigris River. The bicycle I brought is a Raleigh, a British bike. It's not 100 years old, but it's been modified to mimic a 100-year-old British bicycle. It's a civilian machine that the Army would have taken over for use. Eventually, all this bright work will be painted black or khaki. I've got 3 speeds, a transmission in the rear, kerosene tail lamp, kerosene headlamp, leather saddle, leather bags for tools, very flimsy little rack, fenders, and the ever popular gray rubber tires, the black tires that only come in a couple years earlier and weren't very common. It's slow but comfortable, and it can function in mud or sand. But it actually works surprisingly well. I ride this thing almost every day. I think it's an interesting aspect of the Great War. It's not as well known in this country as the actions on the Western Front. And it's generated a lot of interest with the people I've talked to. It's interesting that the same towns that the British Army took as they moved up the Tigris and the Euphrates, those same towns are in the news today. I was here 2 years ago with my wife, talked to a number of reenactors, and the purchase of a few items led to the purchase of more and more items. So I've had a great time here, but I was determined to come, whatever the weather, to justify the big pile of goodies in the tent.